Good morning. I am 5 minutes earlier today. As always, if you're watching in recording, you can just fast forward 5 minutes or stay with us through our hellos. Good morning, Yang and Leo. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Ari. Good morning, Gina. Oh, Yanni says, Happy Mexican Children's Day. Yay. I don't even know, is there a Children's Day in the US? I don't think in Russia we have a Children's Day. Or in Canada, I don't know. Ari says we have Children's Day in Brazil on October 12th. Cool. Yeah, maybe in every country there is a Children's Day. Well, there should be definitely. I'm gonna look up Russia later. All right, anyway, it is time for us to start. And in the past few days, we have been exploring this nuanced difference between compassion, empathy, sympathy, and pity. All these terms are often used almost interchangeably, so I think, and it's quite confusing, so I think it'll be useful to summarize the distinction between them in our reflection today. I'll share with you the way I understand this distinction, and I'm very curious to hear from you, especially if your takeaways after those several days are different than mine. So please share in the comments as I go now or later after the practice. I think it would be a really useful discussion for all of us. So the way I understand it, compassion is not necessarily an emotion, but rather a daily practice, a practice that involves action, although certainly it is an emotional response to suffering. And compassionate action is not about fixing somebody's suffering, not finding a solution for it, but rather it's about being with the person in their suffering, sharing it. So compassion says, I see your suffering and I am here with you, holding you as you suffer, witnessing your suffering without trying to find an unsolicited solution. Pity is the near enemy of compassion. I'll remind you that the term near enemy means it's something very similar to the desired state, but actually undermines it. Pity creates immediate separation. There is a belief that the person is somehow inferior to you because of the suffering they experience. So pity says, oh, you poor thing, I feel sorry for people like you. I understand that you're suffering, but I don't believe I can suffer in the same way, ever. Empathy can be cognitive or affective. Affective empathy is our emotional attunement with another person's experience. In other words, we feel their suffering as our own. And that sounds good, but as Brené Brown says, it's a slippery slope because we can become easily overwhelmed by our own emotion instead of being ready for a compassionate response. Cognitive empathy, on the other hand, is our ability to recognize and understand another person's emotions. To be empathetic, we need to connect with another person's experience in a thinking way that creates emotional resonance for us and makes it possible for us to hold this compassionate space for them as they suffer. Empathy in general is a tool of compassion. We can respond empathetically only if we're willing to be present to someone's pain. Any meaningful connection requires a combination of compassion and cognitive empathy, meaning seeing things from another person's perspective. Sympathy is the near enemy of empathy. And the relationship between those two, sympathy and empathy, is the same as in compassion versus pity. So rather than being a tool for connection, sympathy is removed. When someone says, I feel sorry for you, they're standing at a safe distance. And rather than conveying the powerful me too of empathy, it communicates not me, and then adds, but I do feel sorry for you. Sympathy and pity are kind of first cousins. Pity is really just a simple expression of, I am sorry for you, so just a statement of sorrow in a way. And sympathy implies a deeper, more personal level of connection than that, but still, apparently sympathy doesn't extend into this holding space for another person and their suffering. It expresses concern from way over here, from a safe space, in a removed way, as if saying, yeah, I see you're suffering, but this kind of thing can never happen to me. So I hope all that makes things a bit clearer, although certainly it's a practice for us to kind of watch what we're doing, how we're responding, and identify it as compassionate response versus just pity and sympathy. So in our practice today, let's explore what our default response is in a situation when somebody is suffering. Is it compassionate, or is it emotionally removed and just expressing the statement of sorrow? As always, take a comfortable position and take a few moments to settle in. Scan your body. Notice what's present for you today, physically, emotionally, mentally. Notice your breath and allow it to be free. Don't try to control it. Just let it flow through your body, in and out. And simply observe what's happening as you inhale, what's happening as you exhale. And now bring to mind a friend who is currently suffering. Their suffering can be mental or physical in nature. Reflect for a few moments on all the aspects of their suffering. Imagine that they are sharing the story of their struggles with you. What is your immediate response? Is it emotionally involved in some way or emotionally removed? Again, I'm going to give you a few scenarios and you just see what resonates for you in this case. Be open and honest in this exploration, remembering that the more you know yourself and the more you know your responses, the better you can adjust if you choose to do so. So as your friend shares the story of their struggles with you, is your immediate reaction to say, "Oh, you poor thing, it really sucks to be you right now." But at the same time, you're thinking to yourself, how did they even get into this? This kind of thing would never happen to me. And if that's the case, what you're doing is either pity or sympathy. And remember, pity is just a statement of your sorrow for this person, and empathy is a bit deeper, more personally involved concern, but either way, you're not willing to admit that this kind of suffering can happen to you. You're not ready to hold space for their suffering. Often in this case, your response includes searching for a quick fix to the person's suffering so that you don't feel the discomfort of it. Reflect on that for a moment. Is that what you're experiencing? Or another scenario, your friend shares their struggles with you, and you immediately fall into feeling their pain so acutely as if it's you and not your friend in this situation right now. This is effective empathy. In this case, ask yourself, how useful is it for your friend? How does your emotional overwhelm help them right now? Again, reflect on that for a few moments. Is that what you usually do? And finally, maybe you are responding with true compassion, which means employing cognitive empathy. I understand your suffering. I can resonate with it because I can experience the same. But I'm not going to feel it right now so that I can hold space for your suffering, to be with you as you go through it. Whatever you discovered right now, own it. And of course, maybe it's a combination of everything. And to conclude this exploration, let's send loving kindness first to your friend and then to you. So first, hold your friend who is struggling right now in your mind and repeat after me. May they be filled with loving kindness. May they be well in body and mind. May they be happy, healthy, and free. May they feel protected, cared for, at ease. May they find deep, natural peace. We'll do it twice more. May they be filled with loving kindness. May they be well in body and mind. May they be happy, healthy, and free. May they feel protected, cared for, at ease. May they find deep, natural peace. One last time for them. May they be filled with loving kindness. May they be well in body and mind. May they be happy, healthy, and free. May they feel protected, cared for, at ease. May they find deep, natural peace. And now let's send loving kindness to you. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I be happy, healthy, and free. May I feel protected, cared for, at ease. May I accept myself just as I am. May I find deep, natural peace. And we'll do it one more time. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I be happy, healthy, and free. May I feel protected, cared for, at ease. May I accept myself just as I am. May I find deep, natural peace. As you go through your day today, continue noticing your immediate response to suffering. Try to identify it. Is it pity, sympathy, affective empathy, or true compassion that includes cognitive empathy? It would be really cool if you could share your thoughts and experiences in the comments so that we can all continue this discussion and figure out how things work in that realm. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.